Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Starting with the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. My name is Malika and I am from the Department of PS Chemistry. Today in my presentation, I am going to share my experience of completing the first course of Python, which is Intro to Python. So in this course, I learned several things. I learned about some of the Python basics. I learned about how can I create lists in Python. I learned about some of the functions and packages in Python, and I also learned about Numpy array. So let's start. First of all, Python basics. So if we can use Python as a calculator. For example, we want an addition or subtraction or multiplication sums. For example, I need to know the sum of 5 plus 5. So simply I will write print 5 plus 5 and I will get my answer. If I want to know what is 3 into 5, then I will simply write print in the bracket 3 into 5. Similar is the case for division, modulo, and exponentiation. Secondly, I learned how I can create variables in Python. Variable is basically a type of data set or data frame in which values are inserted. For example, I want to create a variable called savings. I will write savings. After that, I will put an equal mark, and then I will write the value that I want to insert in that variable. Talking about how to create a list in Python. So it is very simple. List is also a type of variable, a data frame or data set. So simply you will first have to choose a name for your list. For example, in this example, I have chosen the list name areas. Then in the square brackets, separated by commas, I will write the elements that I want to insert in that list. Secondly, talking about subset and conquer. Now, when we create a list or any data frame in Python, the first variable, the first element in that list or data frame would be having an index 0, and the last element in that list would be having the index -1. For example, I want to print out the last element from the list areas. I will write print in the bracket areas followed by the index number of the last element, which is -1. Similarly, if I want to print out the second element from the areas list, as I have told you that the first element would be having the index 0. So obviously the second one would be having the index 1. Talking about how we can replace list elements. It is very simple. Similarly, you have to choose the list name followed by, in the square brackets, you will write the index number of the element that you want to replace, and then you will insert the value that you want to replace. For example, I want to change my last element or last index, which is 9.50 to 10.50. Simply, I will write the name of my list followed by its index number equal to the value that I want to replace, which is 10.50. Talking about some functions and packages. So if I want to print the type of my variable, either it is a list or it is a dictionary, so simply I will have to write print. In the bracket, I will write type, and then in another bracket, I will write the name of my variable, and I will have the type of my variable. If I want to find out the length of my variable, simply I will write print. In the brackets, I will write length, and in the brackets, I will write the name of my variable. Similarly, if I want to find out the index of the element 20.0, for example, so I will write print areas.index, and in the square brackets, I will write the index number of that element which I want to find the index of. If I want to find out that how many times a specific element appeared in my list, I will use dot count method. For example, I want to find out that how many times 9.50 has appeared in my list of areas. So simply I will write print. In the brackets, I will write areas dot count. and in the brackets I will write the value that I want to find out its often appearance. Talking about importing packages. So in Python, if you want to import any package, it is as simple that you have to write import followed by the package that you want to import. For example, if I want to import the math package, simply I will write import math. Talking about NumPy array and 2D NumPy. Basically, NumPy stands for numerical Python. Numerical NumPy, Pandas, or Matplotlib, these are the libraries of Python. Libraries, let's say, that collection of functions and methods that allows you to perform many actions without using your code. So in order to create a NumPy array, for example, I want to create the baseball NumPy array. So first of all, I would have to import my NumPy package. So I will write import NumPy as np, and then I will create my NumPy array for baseball like np.array. In the brackets, I will write the baseball. For creating 2D NumPy array, method is same. It's called 2D because will have list of lists. Means the here list would have two values for one. And this was my statement of accomplishment. It arrived just after I completed my first course. I hope that was helpful. That's all from my side. Thank you.